All right, so today we are really diving deep into the 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. And, I got to say, this is not just about, waking up early.
Oh, absolutely not. It's so much more than that.
This book really digs into unlocking your potential.
Yeah. It uses this really clever, engaging story to explore, some pretty powerful self-improvement concept.
It's true. You're going on this journey right alongside these fictional characters, and they're going through these really relatable struggles. We meet this entrepreneur at the beginning, right? And she is just totally disillusioned. Her business is going under.
On the rocks, yeah.
And so she ends up this seminar, desperate for anything, any kind of spark to kind of reignite her passion.
Yeah, and the seminar's led by this mysterious spellbinder figure, right? So it already has this air of intrigue, what's going to happen.
Exactly. And then there are these other characters that she meets at the seminar too, right? There's this gifted artist, but he's battling, those inner demons we all have that sometimes prevent us from reaching our potential.
Oh, for sure, yeah. We all have those.
Yeah. And then to top it off, there's this homeless man who's always dropping these crazy philosophical quotes.
Yeah, profound quotes.
But then he's also sporting this incredibly expensive watch.
It makes you question everything, right? All of your assumptions about success and where you find wisdom, all of it.
Right. So then this homeless man who claims he learned everything he knows from this special teacher, he offers to take both the entrepreneur and the artist on an all-expenses-paid trip to his place.
Okay.
Which happens to be a private island.
Oh, wow.
So, would you skeptical?
A little, yeah, just a tad.
Just a little.
But that's what makes the book so clever, right? You're a little skeptical, but there's this part of you, at least for me, that's sign me up.
I know. It's that what if.
Totally.
What if this is the real deal,
Yeah, what if this is it? That's it.
And somehow, against their better judgment, they both agree to go.
Wow.
Think about it. Even a successful entrepreneur at her wit's end and this talented artist struggling with his own stuff, they're willing to take this leap of faith, right?
They must recognize on some level that whatever they've been doing isn't working. They need a change.
Yeah.
It's they're ready to embrace the unknown, even if it seems, a little risky or unconventional.
Totally. So they're whisked away on this private jet to this island paradise, Mauritius, totally unaware of the journey they're about to go on. And I'm not just talking geographics.
Well, a whole internal shift is about to happen.
Exactly. And, it's not even just about the final destination, right? The actual trip there is part of it.
Totally. It's like a metaphor. Right. You're on this private jet flying over these incredible landscapes. Yeah, leaving everything behind, physically leaving it behind. And your problems too, right?
Exactly.
It's all connected.
So they get to this amazing estate, right? On the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And who's there to greet them? But Stone Riley himself?
No way.
And he's
not what they're expecting.
Not at all. He's barefoot, probably tanned, totally relaxed.
Yeah.
And he's got this t-shirt on that says, "No idea works until you do the work."
I love that.
Talk about a reality check, right?
Yeah, and it really drives home that point that it's not about appearances.
Right.
He's a billionaire, but he doesn't look like how we picture billionaires,
Exactly.
He's relatable.
Totally. And he actually later admits that him showing up at the seminar like that was kind of a test.
A little social experiment.
Which, I kind of love.
It's great.
He's willing to poke fun at himself.
Definitely.
But anyway, so he starts talking about mindset.
Okay.
And this idea of the self-fulfilling prophecy. Have you heard this?
Oh, absolutely. It's like that thing, you tell yourself something enough.
Yeah.
You believe it, and then it starts to become true.
It's so powerful.
It really is.
And even Riley talks about how he had to deal with his own insecurities.
Oh, really? Even as a billionaire?
Yeah, he had to work on his mindset too.
Wow. So it really is an ongoing process.
Totally. It's not like you just figure it out and then you're good.
Right.
It's about constantly checking yourself and those stories you're telling yourself.
So true. And then there's that concept of learned victimhood.
Oh yeah, tell me about that one.
So it's as we get older, we kind of get used to just accepting things the way they are,
Yeah.
We make excuses, we blame other people for our problems.
Totally.
Instead of taking responsibility for making a change.
We become comfortable being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
And it is that shift, right? From feeling like you're just stuck to realizing you can actually change things.
Totally.
And That is what Riley wants to show them on this next part of the trip when he takes them to the Taj Mahal. Correct. Which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, why the Taj Mahal of all places?
I know, right?
Yeah.
But it actually, like, when you hear him talk about it, you totally get it. Because he's using the Taj Mahal, this, like, incredible monument to love, as an example of what's possible.
Oh, I see.
Like, it took them over 20 years to build it.
Wow.
Thousands of workers. Like, you can just imagine the dedication.
It's commitment.
Right? And that's exactly his point.
That we can achieve anything if we just put in the work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be easy. It takes serious effort and willpower to make something truly great happen.
No shortcuts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he even talks about how willpower is like a muscle.
Oh, yeah. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Right. And he uses that example of the London cab drivers.
The ones who, like, memorize the entire city map?
Yeah, and their brains actually grow.
No way. Their brains actually change.
Yeah. It's wild, right? Like, they did studies and found that the part of their brain responsible for spatial memory actually got bigger.
Just from learning all those routes.
It proves our brains can change and adapt.
That's so cool.
So the more you challenge yourself, the more you're capable of.
I love that idea.
And then, okay, so they go to Rome. And this is where he introduces his whole 20-20-20 formula.
I've heard of this.
Have you?
Yeah. It's like a morning routine thing, right?
It is. He's basically saying, like, if you can optimize your morning, you can optimize your whole day.
I like that.
So the first 20 minutes are for moving your body.
Okay.
Get that blood flowing, wake yourself up.
Makes sense.
And the next 20 minutes are for your mind, but like quieting your mind.
Oh.
So like meditation, journaling, gratitude, anything like that.
To kind of center yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the last 20 minutes are for learning.
Okay.
So reading or listening to a podcast like you're doing right now.
Hey.
Or, taking some time to learn something new.
I love it.
Me too.
So it's like taking care of your body and your mind.
Totally.
Setting yourself up for success.
And speaking of setting yourself up for success, Riley's also big on recovery.
Oh, yeah. You can't just go all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He emphasizes that rest is just as important as work.
For sure.
So, your sleep, take breaks, all that good stuff.
I can get behind that.
Me too. And so, as their journey comes to an end, Riley sends them off with all these tools and strategies.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know, right? Like they got this whole life makeover in the span of like a week.
Lucky.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of the point of the book. It's about opening yourself up to new possibilities.
Challenging your beliefs.
Exactly. And realizing that you have the power to change your life.
I like that.
So if you're feeling stuck or just looking for some inspiration,
yeah,
I definitely recommend checking out the 5 a.m. Club.
Sounds like a good read.
It is. And that's it for today's deep dive. We'll be back next time with another book and another deep dive into unlocking your potential.